Morning, happy Monday. This is the start of another vlog. I am currently reading Black Sun. This is my 4th fantasy book this year, which is crazy to me because I just can't, I went from reading like barely any fantasy to 4 books. Wow. This book I definitely will say is the hardest one I've read out of the 4 that I've read, or 3 I guess. The first 3 were a little bit easier to dive into, and this one I will say I'm kind of like, what is happening? There's a lot of different viewpoints and timelines, and I'm trying to understand all of them. I'm trying to understand like the story in general. I'm hoping that like they all converge, but I also realized that a first book in a series is really just like setup. So I may not understand this book, but I may understand the second book better because things maybe will all converge together. If someone asked me like the summary of this book right now, like I don't know. I just know that we have a girl who's a teak and she is on this ship and she's transporting the crow guy, the carrion crow, which is technically his mother, but like she's transporting him. Apparently they like need to get to this certain place in like 18 days, and so she has the power of song that can like kind of calm the waters. So they're transporting him, and the story actually starts with him 10 years earlier when his mother is like carving little cuts into him but like creating a crow. And so we're now 10 years later, and then there's also something called a convergence. So maybe it's something with like the moon and the sun. I don't know. But there's and then we're also following, I wouldn't call them like nuns or like healers, but we're following like this, but they have a conclave. So I'm like, are they like the Pope? But they're definitely like religious figures. That's the vibe I get. And we're also following like a group of them. So again, we're following different storylines, and so I'm just kind of like, maybe they'll all converge together. You know, maybe I'll get, I'm on chapter 17, 19 days before convergence. It's reading pretty fast. I'm 191 pages in, so I'm gonna keep doing that. But it's Monday, so we're gonna go to the movies. Me and my friend Joel, we're gonna do movies. We're gonna go to the library, and then we're gonna go to the movies. So it should be a fun day. Officially home from my quadruple feature. We watched 4 movies today. 4 movies. We started the day out with Primate, which I gave, I think, 3 stars. It was way more gruesome than I thought it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be horror, but it was like bloody horror, so that was interesting. I didn't think the acting was that great, but you know, I wasn't expecting Oscar-winning performances. Not that the Oscars matter anymore. But I also saw We Bury the Dead with Daisy Ridley, and honestly, I really liked that movie. I feel as if people are not liking it, but I feel like it's, I don't know, maybe people go in thinking it's like a zombie movie or like you're expecting 28 Days Later. I don't really know. I think I saw 1 trailer for it and I don't remember much of it, but I just remember that it had Daisy Ridley, and I've seen her in other movies outside of Star Wars that I have really liked, so I like to see her in stuff outside of Star Wars. So I just felt like it was a good take on like a kind of a disaster, and also, you know, basically she's trying to find her husband in the wake of this like horrible disaster, and it's just, she's such a reserved almost actress, and I don't know, I felt like this was really just a really good performance from her. And then I also saw Testament of Anne Lee, which I thought was kind of amazing. I just feel like I just don't see things like that right now. Like there's nothing, I guess in my mind, nothing that I can think of right now that is like Anne Lee. And Amanda Seyfried, like she's so good. She's so good. And one of the reviews I saw was that she gave the performance of a lifetime, and honestly, like I would not be surprised if she got nominated for an Oscar, and if that movie was nominated for like adapted screenplay, because I usually don't like stuff like that, but I don't know what it was. Just maybe the movement, the dancing. Like, we had a Q&A for that movie, one Q&A. We didn't play the movie, but we had one event, and the person that did the Q&A was the choreographer, which I thought was really interesting. And now I see why. This movie has a lot of movement. It's very musical, a lot of dancing, a lot of movement. That's the thing. The movie has a lot of movement, and I was just kind of blown away by like her performance, and just like the story was, and you would think that like a story like that would be really boring, but I found myself being really engaged with the film. And then we wrapped up the night with No Other Choice. I've already seen No Other Choice because I had to tech it, but my friend hadn't seen it, and he really, really wanted to see it. So we went to see it, and it was nice seeing it in digital, not having to worry about like projecting it or anything like that, and worry about anything being blurry. And yeah, so it was nice just to watch it as like a patron. And it's a good movie. Like, I don't really have any complaints. I think that movie's a little bit wild, but I think the premise is really interesting. And so if I had to rank like my favorite movies of the day, it would definitely be like We Buried the Dead and Testament of Anne Lee top, and then it would be No Other Choice, and then Primate. So that was a very successful day. I also bought some stuff. I bought a new bowl from Target. I already washed it and put it in the sink, but I also bought this really cute mug. I don't know if you can see it. I already have some tea in it, but it's like a Valentine's Day mug, because they had like a whole Valentine's Day section. And it's I've always wanted clear mugs. I want all my mugs to be clear, honestly, but I love a mug. I don't know why, like, I like having multiple different mugs, but this one has just like a bunch of hearts on it, and it's clear. I love it. I had made some peppermint tea. My new obsession is peppermint tea. We also went to McNally Jackson, and I've been looking for kind of like a new journal, and I got this one. It's so interesting because it's French, I think. Mon Carnet de Poche. I have no idea. But the first pages are like lined, and then it has these interesting brown pages, and then the last couple pages are blank, and they are like perforated. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I know the line one, I'm definitely doing a journal. I think maybe the brown, I might do like some goal setting, but I'm definitely gonna have this as like a journal. So I got that. I didn't buy any books. That was like the goal, not to buy any books. It was a successful day. I am going to drink my peppermint tea, change into my pajamas, and read my book. I am 220. I was falling asleep so hard on the train, so I think I'm like 225. I think I'm right here. I was falling asleep so hard on the train. Like, I was like, okay, I can't even read anymore. I literally can't read anymore. But now I'm home. I'm gonna see if I can read a little bit, drink my tea, and then we're gonna go to bed. Oh, I've decided I want to get some pajama sets. Like, that's like my newest thing that I want to get. I really, really, really want to get pajama sets. Good morning. I'm trying to wake up and be a human in the morning instead of just staying in bed. I'm trying to make like a smoothie that I like to make in the morning. I started taking sea moss. My friend takes it religiously, and he got me some, and this one's turmeric ginger. I don't like this. To me, it's weird. So I've been putting it in the smoothie, and that hasn't been as bad. But I like to make like little protein smoothies in the morning. I wish it kept me fuller. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't keep me that full. I like to put spinach. I bought this big thing of frozen fruit. I like to put just like a handful of the fruit. Sometimes I'll put peanut butter. I used to put more peanut butter, but I haven't been putting peanut butter lately. But I also have this super seed mix that I like. I really want to start eating like yogurt bowls, but I'm like non-dairy, so for most of the time. So like yogurt is one of the things that I just do not eat, and I haven't eaten in years. Yogurt, butter, milk. I can't find like good non-dairy yogurt in like big containers. And maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. I don't know. I gotta shop around, I guess. So I I was talking to my friend yesterday and I was like, okay, we both have gym memberships. We usually go to the gym together. We have like a crazy work schedule, and so it's really hard for us to like get up at the crack of dawn and go to the gym after working 15, 16, sometimes 18 hours. Like the next day I'm either working again or I'm just a potato, as I like to call it. Right now I'm trying to figure out what it looks like when I'm in like different stages. So it's like when I'm on my period, like I can barely function most of the time. So it's like, what does that look like? Like I want to commit to like a year of moving my body, because I'm the type of person, I'm really impatient. So like I want to get in better shape, but I'm like, oh, I'm not going to work out one time and be in the best shape of my life. Like obviously I need to do more work than that. And it involves my eating habits, my sleep, everything, my stress. And so like, it's really tough for me to get all those things balanced. I was like, I want to commit to at least a year of like movement. I know that the journey is going to be longer than that. I have been on a journey for a long time. I mean, in 2017, I ran a marathon. I would not be able to run a marathon right now. And so I've been up and down in journeys, and there was a point during the pandemic that I was lifting every day and I could actually see the muscles on my arms and like my shoulder. It was crazy. And you know, I was running before. It's just so different. Like I was walking every day. So like I've realized it just goes up and down, and I've really fallen off. I also feel like last year, 2025, like I'm being very vulnerable right now, but 2025, I had a bunch of goals, and then we got the diagnosis for my mom. And I had mentioned in like a previous video that my mom was diagnosed with dementia in April. And I feel like that's just like a huge life change. I mean, for her, for me, it's just a lot of different things are going to be different, and things are different. And, you know, I don't live with her, but there's a lot of emotions that come with that, and guilt and things like that. So it's just an interesting time right now. And so I'm trying to find the balance again between work, life, myself. I want to take care of myself. Like I want to be my number one priority. I definitely spend a lot of time helping my mom, and I don't mind that. I do wish I was closer to her. So that figuring that out, like closer proximity wise, like she's in California, I'm in New York. So there's just a lot of things that we're trying to work out. So I'm just trying to like find the balance. It's like a new year. I don't love the whole like new year, new me, this, that. Like I feel like I've been working on the same things for a while, and obviously they take time to do, and I'm continuing a lot of the things that I was doing in 2025 or like working towards with my YouTube, with my fitness, with like just my finances, like things like that. And so this year, or like this time, I'm like, I want to feel comfortable in my skin, in my body, and I feel like I obviously need to move. The thing that sucks about winter in New York, it's cold. I'm from Cali, like I need some sun, I need some warmth. And literally it is so cold outside. Yesterday it was like 10 degrees. Like it was 20 something, but it feels like 10. Like what? I'm not a fan of going outside and walking when my face is in pain because it's so cold. And maybe that's an excuse, but like I need to get a walking pad or something. Like, I don't know. I need to figure out what it looks like where it's like, okay, I'm on my period right now. I don't have a lot of energy. So what kind of workout should I be doing? What kind of movement should I be doing? And I did 15 minutes of Pilates this morning. I have been wanting to try Pilates for a long time. That shit is hard. It was like a 30-minute workout. I was like, I'm good after 15 because it's hard. I gotta get my core strength. I gotta get my back strength, like all of that. And I have been wanting to go to Pilates, like an actual class, for a really long time. And so maybe I'll try that this year, but I at least did like a little bit of movement. I would love to go walking, but it is very cold. I also want to finish my book. That's another thing. Like I am a huge reader. As you know, if you watch my YouTube is all about reading. And I just want to finish my book. It's tough. Depression is also a bitch. Depression and anxiety are also fun. So fun. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have a slow morning. I think that's like what I need to do. Be kind to myself. I think that's another thing. And just like keep moving forward. I do want to be the best version of myself possible. That means mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything. So I try to do that, and sometimes we fall off, but I am gonna keep pursuing the best version of myself, and I don't want to chase her. I want to be her. So that's what I'm gonna do. Smoothie's really green this morning. The spinach definitely, oh, I didn't put enough fruit in that. So I can taste that sea moss. Oh, I should talk to you about my book. I'm reading A Brush with Love by Maisie Eddings. I'm almost done with it. All I have left is this. And I had planned to finish it yesterday, but I edited most of the day during my shift, and so that was nice. But A Brush with Love, it's about two students that work, well, dental students, I guess. And basically, he's a first-year student, and she is a fourth year. So she's about to kind of leave. And so they kind of had the funniest meet cute where she basically runs into him literally, and he has like a mold of like teeth, and they run into each other and she breaks the mold. And apparently those molds are really hard to make. So she's like, I will help you. Like, I'm so sorry. I will help you with this. And so then she does, and there's kind of this like instant attraction, but she's like, I cannot get involved with anybody. Like, I cannot do this because I have goals. And he's like, he understands and this and that, whatever. And like, but there's clearly like, for her, she's like, no man has ever done anything remotely interesting enough for me to want to even give, like, not even give them the time of day, but give them like no man has ever been impressive enough for her. She said it would make her want to like veer from the path, which is not veer from the path, but like that would even make her want to spend her time doing other things besides like studying and being like a top student and hanging with her friends. She's a really good friend group. And so basically she starts hanging with this guy, Dan. And Dan is dealing with his own shit because he's basically like the family fuck up, essentially. His father passed away, but he was a really innovative dentist. They had like a practice, and so then when his father passed away, his mom took over, and he doesn't want to go into dentistry. And so his dad was really disappointed with him in that, like really disappointed, like basically telling him, you are nothing and you are just the biggest disappointment that we've ever had. And he wanted to go into finance. So he did that, but then his father passed away, so then he ended up going back into dentistry because like his mom needs help, and it's just, yeah, he just does not have a great relationship with his family. But he's in dentistry. He clearly hates it. Him and Harper, they start hanging out as friends. She's like, we can be friends. And they start hanging out as friends. Clearly that doesn't last very long. So, you know, it's a really cute, I think some of the quotes in here are really good. I didn't annotate, and I should have, but I've had this book on my shelf for so long. It came out in 2022. So that's like 3-4 years. Also, Harper deals with anxiety, like severe anxiety and panic attacks. As an anxiety girly, I understand what that feels like. She doesn't have anybody that really ever makes her feel safe, and Dan has started to become that person. So I think that that's really interesting, and yeah, it's really cute. I really would like to finish it before work. It's only 300 pages. Well, that's not true. It's 320 pages, and I am on 189. So I would like to read. It is 10:52. I have to leave in 2 hours. Snowing again. I was not ready for this when I came out today. I did not want to leave my apartment, and now it's snowing. I'm home from work, and I made some popcorn. I have a Whirly Pop, so I just get kernels and olive oil and make popcorn in there whenever I feel like it. I get a lot of popcorn at work, so I don't really ever have a shortage of popcorn, so I don't really make popcorn at home. My mom and I used to eat popcorn together all the time, and Old Bay seasoning on popcorn is so good, but what time is it? Oh my god, 12:05. I'll be working 9:30 tomorrow, but I really would like to put a big dent in my book. If anything, I would love to finish it, but I would need to read 100 pages to finish it, and I don't know if have enough like energy or am awake enough to finish it, but we're gonna try to finish as much as possible. Something crazy about, so my first 3 books of the year were fantasy, which is not normal for me. Like I said, I have a lot of fantasy books, but I haven't read them. I've read a lot of romance, but my first 3 books are fantasy, and I hate to say it, but I'm like itching to read another fantasy. I'm gonna read this and one more romance before I read the second book in the Black Sun trilogy because I need like to chill, because Black Sun was a little bit intense. There was a lot going on and I was like, what is happening here? I feel like the Celestial Kingdom duology was like a good entry point into fantasy, and Black Sun was a little bit more complicated, so I need to like get like a palate cleanser, then I'll jump back into fantasy. But next month I want to read romance, but I really also want to read this fantasy book. It's called The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. I was looking on my bookshelf. I really want to read that, but I also want to spin the wheel, but I also want to read romance. So I definitely will spin the wheel for maybe like 5 books. And there's a couple books that I already have on my radar for next month. That and soul searching. So this morning was really tough. Like, I was depresso espresso. I did very impulsive things and ordered some stuff off Amazon. I ordered some new silky pajama sets. I ordered my favorite pre-workout. I ordered some string lights to go in my apartment. And the crown jewel of it all, I ordered a walking pad, because we are in the dead of winter. It is too cold for me to enjoy walking outside for long periods of time. And in the spring, the summer, probably like the fall, spring, summer, and fall, I was walking 9 miles. In the spring, I walked 9 miles. I would walk to the park, around the park, back, and I really enjoyed that. I miss my walks, my long walks. Like I said, it's too cold for me to walk outside and it be enjoyable. So I bought a walking pad. I want to go back to walking 10,000 steps a day. So the walking pad comes Sunday. Sorry, Monday.
Once again, it is snowing. And it's only January. See, January, February is when the snow really gets crazy.
Happy Monday. It's my day off. I try to take a day off on Monday if I can, no matter what. I was letting it slide for a little bit, but if I can do Mondays off, I'm gonna take it. So earlier in this video, I had mentioned that I wanted to get matching pajama sets. So I got my first pair. I got this cute green set and it has shorts. I don't know if you can see, but it has little shorts. And then I got another pair, but they will come tomorrow. But I don't know, there's something about a matching pajama set. Like last night, I got home late and from work and I showered and did my skincare and then put on my matching pajama set and it was glorious. It felt so good and relaxed and just like clean, and oh, it was wonderful. So I got this one. I kind of love it. I love the color. The other one is like champagne color. So yeah, but it's Monday. I don't know if I'm gonna see a movie today. I don't think so. I have like stuff that I need to do around the house and I've basically seen everything. There's like only one thing I would want to see. So if I watch it, it'll be like later. Like one thing I actually would want to go out of my way to see. So, and that's Bone Temple. So we'll see, because it's directed by Nia DaCosta and like I didn't realize that until I saw the trailer, and then I saw directed by Nia DaCosta and I was like, oh yeah, I'm there. Because I'm sorry, I didn't think the last movie was that good. Sorry. I am gonna go to Whole Foods. It's early. It is 8:06. They opened at 8. I wanted to be there at 8, but I went to bed late. And so I woke up and I was like, okay, let me just get up. I think I got up at like 7:41. I wanted to be up at like 7:10, but it's fine. There's no Whole Foods near me. So I have to like travel to the Whole Foods, and I want to bring my cart. And all the stations that I'm gonna take my cart to don't have elevators. It's all stairs. So I'm gonna see how I can maneuver that. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but it is what it is. Maybe someone at home can carry my cart up the stairs. Who knows? I doubt it, but who knows? But I'm gonna go do that, and that's like the main thing I wanted to do. I wanted to work out. I am waiting for a very special delivery for my impulsive buy of a walking pad. That's another reason why I want to stay home, because I am waiting for that walking pad. I don't want to miss the delivery. I don't want it to get stolen. I don't want anything. I literally just want them to be delivered and me bring it in here, open it up, and we're gonna go walking. That's what we're gonna do. Because I want to work out today. I'm trying to commit to a year of movement. I think I had mentioned this before. Like, I want to commit to a year of movement, and for me right now, that is, I would like to at least walk 10,000 steps a day. That would be ideal. I was doing that for a while, but it is cold outside right now. It feels like 12 degrees, it says. So I got a walking pad and I'm gonna walk my little booty here, and I want to try to read my books, watch my TV shows. I don't really have TV shows that I'm watching other than Tell Me Lies, obviously, and The Pit. So I definitely got to finish The Pit, but mainly I want to like walk on it and read my books. In my brain, I'm like, that I'm gonna use that time to walk and read, baby. Walk and read. Accomplishing 2 goals at the same time. And then I have therapy at 5. I moved my therapy appointment today, and yeah, so that's kind of what I have today. I want to read more of my book. I started Beasts of Prey, and I don't know what I think about it so far. I'm kind of like, okay, something needs to happen if I'm gonna stay interested in this. Right now, nothing is like really happening, and it's kind of jumping around, so I'm kind of like, what is going on? I gotta get going. It's probably not gonna get there till 9, knowing the trains. Let's go, let's start. I made it to Whole Foods. It is so cold out. Oh my God. It's so cold out. Literally, it feels like 12 degrees and it is freezing. I'm dragging my coat in the freaking snow. Oh my God, it's freezing. It's cold because this one has a car park, which makes sense. These are the moments where I wish I had a car. Back from laundry. I'm pretty much back from like all the tasks that I needed to do today. I ended up going to the Dollar Tree because I don't know if I mentioned, but I bought a vegetable chopper and it should be coming today, but I'm still waiting. But the thing is, I didn't have any Tupperware. Like, I had 3 glass Tupperwares and that was it. So I'm like, where the hell am I gonna put all these vegetables that are chopped? Nowhere else. So I got a bunch of containers. I don't love to do plastic, but it is what it is. If I'm gonna start taking lunch, I need containers to take them in. I got 2 of these McCormick bowls. I feel like I got some of these. That's it. And then, oh, that's not true. I got a jar. So let's transport the money. And then lastly, I got this. I love this cup. It's like a little Christmas. I know we're not in Christmas anymore, but I love a good cup. I had one like this that had lemons on it and it broke. Give myself some money. Okay, so I have officially finished five books this year. I'm giving myself $10 for every single book that I read from my physical TBR. If I read a book on my Kindle that I don't own, I'm not giving myself any money. We're not doing that. The whole point is to read through my physical TBR. So in another video, I gave myself $30 because I had finished three books. I also got this jar from the Dollar Tree. So there's that. And then I also finished Black Sun and finished A Brush with Love. I realized I never talked about Black Sun and I never talked about A Brush with Love finishing it. Well, I finished A Brush with Love yesterday. So I thought that book was so cute. I gave it 4.5 stars. I was so across the way, but That book was so unexpectedly cute, and I'm upset with myself that I didn't annotate it. I haven't annotated a book in so long, and I didn't annotate it because I just never know. But I'm gonna stop second guessing. Like, if I start annotating, I start annotating. I need to get like erasable highlighters, which I have. So you know what? That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start just doing erasable highlighters and maybe erasable pens, because that's the thing that I'm like, I don't know if I want to highlight, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna start doing, erasable highlighters. And then if I really am like, I know I want to annotate this book, I'll use regular highlighters. 4.5 stars. I thought there's a line in books and movies that will get me every time, and I found myself tearing up at the end of that book. The line that says, loving you is the easiest thing I could do, or loving you was the easiest thing I could do, or loving you was the easiest decision I could make, or whatever it may be, a variation of that loving you is the easiest thing I could do. That sentiment to me, I think it's my hopeless romantic nature, I don't know. I do think that, and maybe I'm naive, but I think that loving somebody, genuinely loving somebody is easy. It's everything else that gets in the way. So when people say loving you is the easiest thing I could do, I'm a puddle. Tears instantly. Anybody talk about the book, A Brush with Love, but I loved it. So I'm giving myself $10 for that. $10 for A Brush with Love. And then I also finished Black Sun. I finished Black Sun before I finished A Brush with Love, and Black Sun was really intense, and at the end it all made sense. That was the thing. I was so confused at the beginning because there were so many different stories, and I'm like, they all have to come together in some way, shape, or form, and they did, and the ending made sense. I was not ready to jump into book 2, which is why I started A Brush with Love. While I was reading Brush with Love, I was like, oh, I kind of want to go back to fantasy. Now I get it. So I'm actually reading Beasts of Prey right now.